Now let's see how we can convert timestamp to time. Okay, so we're gonna go from the computer format, okay, to a readable format that we can read. Okay, so let's write some PHP code in there. Okay, and now we're gonna create another variable, and we're gonna call it time. And this time we are going to convert this timestamp, okay, to a date, or date and time. So you're going to use the date function, and this time we're going to use both arguments. So the first argument, as we have seen, is the format, and the second one is going to be the timestamp, and let's use this variable. Okay, so let's choose our format. Okay, so going to go for F space small d and then capital Y, and then for the time let's have small hour I second and then capital A, okay, for ante or post meridian. Okay, so now if I save and refresh, okay, let's echo this. So we're going to echo a paragraph. Time is and let's add our variable time. Okay, so let's refresh now. Okay, so you can see now that the time is June. So I've used capital F for the full month. Probably we didn't add that one in there. Okay, so capital F is used for the full month actually. January. Okay. So you can see that we have converted this timestamp to a readable format of the time. Okay. So the date function, if it takes two parameters, the format and the timestamp, it will just take the timestamp and convert it to this format. Okay. And if we refresh the page again, you'll see that it's going to change. Okay. Timestamp has changed, and the time has changed as well. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do something different. We're gonna convert a time to a timestamp. Okay, and this time we're gonna use a new function. It's the function called makeTime. All right. So let's set the timestamp. Okay, let's create the PHP tag. Okay, so we're going to set the timestamp this time to the output of this function makeTime. Okay, and if you do Control K, you can see details about this function. So it will just get the Unix timestamp for a date. Okay, so we're going to give it as parameters. We're going to give it first the hour, okay, minutes, and so on. We'll see in our example anyway. So let me just put as a comment how this function works. So it's going to be make time, okay, and inside this I'm going to have the hour first, minute, second, the month, day, and the year. Okay, so let's try something. So let's go for the 15th. Okay, so for the hour 15, for example, 2012 for the second. Okay, and let's have the month. Let's go for May and October. For example, 2017, for example. Okay. So now we can echo this timestamp. Okay. In here. Okay, sorry, I created the code in the wrong place. It needs to be in the under the previous header. Okay. All right, so now we're going to see the new timestamp. Okay. And if you want to get the date and time corresponding to this timestamp, okay, what we're going to do, we're just going to set the variable time to dates, and we're going to use this timestamp in the second parameter. Okay, and let's choose the format we want. Okay, let's go for the same format as we have used there. And now we can see the corresponding date and time for that timestamp. Let's echo it, sorry. Let's echo it and say time will be, because we know it's going to be in 2017. So now, okay, so you can see what the time is going to be for this timestamp. So you can see it's going to be this and that. Okay, so that's how we can convert time to a timestamp. Okay, and also get the time from the timestamp. Okay, now let's do a nice application. Let's find out what day of the week somebody was born. Okay, so we're gonna go from the birthday to and convert that to the day of the week. Okay, so to do this, first, okay, let's have our PHP tag. Okay, and then we are going to convert the date to a timestamp. Okay, so we're going to set the timestamp to the output of the function makeTime. Okay, because we've got the dates and we want to convert that to timestamp. So we don't have to input all the parameters. Okay, we don't have to. So for example, if we place if we set hour to 0, minute to 0, and second to 0, okay, we can only set the parameters of the day. We can say, for example, 15th of April 1977, for example. Okay, and now we're gonna set the variable time to the output of dates, which will take the formats we want and the timestamp. Okay, so since we want only the day of the week, we are just gonna write, for example, small l for the day of the week. Okay, small l is going to give us the full text of the day. All right. Okay, so now let's echo a paragraph and say you were born on a, and we just add the variable time there. Okay, so let's try this and refresh the page. You were born on a Saturday. So you can see that this date corresponds to a Saturday. All right. All right, now let's move to our final example. So you want to know the date in 1000 days from now. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the timestamp for that date, and then we are going to convert that to a readable format for us. Okay, so let's set the timestamp using the makeTime function. So we're gonna have 0 for the hour, then 0, and then 0. Okay, so now we're gonna have the month, day, and the year. Okay, so the month, we are gonna set that to, we're gonna set to today's month. Okay, and to do that, we're gonna use the date function, and for the format, we're gonna have the month only. Okay, so this is going to return the month only. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna have the day. Okay, so and this time we're gonna have today's day using d, but we're gonna add 1000 to that, and then PHP is gonna do all the calculation for us. Okay, to get the timestamp of today's date plus 1000 days. Okay, and the final parameter is going to be the year, and we're going to have today's year using date and year. Okay, so if we do that and then set the time variable to the corresponding date for that timestamp using the date function. Okay, and the timestamp. So let's go for this format, for example, capital D, space, small d, capital M, and capital Y. So let's echo a paragraph after that. Saying date in 1000 days from now. Okay, so before we refresh the page, let me just explain again how this works. So when PHP gets today's date plus 1000, okay, so we know that if we add 1000 days, okay, if we add 1000 days, that means that we are adding 1000 times the amount of seconds in that in a day. Okay, so you're going to add 1000 multiplied by how many seconds we have in a day. Okay, and then the timestamp is going to be the timestamp of today. Okay, because we have today's a month, today's day, today's year, plus 1000 times the amount of seconds in a day. Okay, if we add anything here for the month, then we're going to add as well that amount. So let's say we add 10 months, then we're going to add for the timestamp, we're going to add 10 times the amount of seconds or the number of seconds in a month. Okay, and then we'll get the final timestamp. All right. So now we want to get the timestamp corresponding to 1000 days from now. So let's refresh the page, and we can see, okay, we haven't added the time variable. Let's add the time variable there, and let's refresh the page. And now we can see that the date in 1000 days from now is going to be Saturday, the 24th of March, 2018.